right, so I put all the cards away and I got out the new deck that they want me to use today. This is the Energy and Spirit Oracle. But when I went to start this reading, I realized that I had left this card out. So this is the card from the last reading that I did. So I think it's a follow-up to the last reading, right? There's a follow-up or something. There's some relationship to the last reading that I did, which was called You Deserve Freedom from the Mistakes of Others, I think, which I thought was a really cool message. So I'm just going to put this card over here, but it wants to be out on the table still. So we're going to use these cards today. And what I heard today when I sat down was it's time to reflect. So I don't know if that's the title of this reading or not. It's time to reflect, but that's what I heard. I'm going to open the energy and then we're going to keep going. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's see what they want to say to us with these cards today. And by they, I mean you. It's funny though, I read something, someone sent me something, and it said that there were studies done, and when people were put in solitary confinement or isolation of some sort, they were doing studies. The people who spoke to themselves in the third person, I guess it is, I don't know what person it is, but like if they said, you've got this, or hey, whatever, and spoke to themselves like they were speaking to another, like there was another person speaking to them, did better in that situation because they had a supportive friend, I guess you would say, but it was themselves, right? It's not really, it wasn't someone separate than them. So, so the example they gave was, instead of saying, I'm tired, say, you're tired, but you're going to get through this, right? To yourself. So it's the way we talk to ourselves. And we've known that for a while. People know that the way we talk to ourselves is very important. And you can bully yourself. You can do all kinds of things to yourself through your self-talk. But you can also do positive things through your self-talk. And that's one of them. So anyways, it just made me think of that, what that person sent me, because, I talk to myself a lot, especially when I'm doing these readings. But I do, say they a lot, and as if it's a different, as if it's outside of me, but it's me, and when you're listening to this reading is coming from you. It's your guides, it's your angels, it's you, but that's all within you, right? You're not separate from it. So I feel sometimes, I never used to call that out, but for some reason these days they're wanting me to explain that sometimes. So anyways, let's see. What do we want to say with these cards today? I like that we, because that includes them, that includes us, that includes all, right? What do we want to say with these cards today? It's time to reflect. Okay. Shamanic healer, cleansing attunement. Interesting. Okay, can you see that? And number 17. 17 is actually a very important number for me personally. And some say it's an important number, spiritually. But so this is interesting. Okay. Maybe it's an important number for you as well, right? Okay. So I'm just going to go to the book first, and then we'll go from there. The shamanic healer brings you beneficial energy and personal or professional news. Some form of healing is coming your way. If you're dealing with physical issues, the shaman is here to help. Difficulties of an emotional or psychological nature can be remedied through your connection with this powerful spirit guide as well. Even community or familial concerns can be resolved. Meditate on the issue or the part of the body that may be problematic. Call upon the shaman to bring the eternal spirit, the divine healer, to you, and see or sense this power filling you up. Sorry, my throat. Clearing the problem and bringing radiant, I guess my throat needs some attention, radiant light to your physically, mentally, and emotionally. Ask this healing spirit to give guidance on what you can do to resolve the issue. Since the shaman often engages in ceremonial ritual, your process may be aided by lighting a candle, playing music, or burning incense or sage during your meditation. There's an affirmation here. I open my heart, mind, and body to the energy of the shamanic healer. Divine consciousness fills every cell, every thought, and every area of my life. So I realized as I was reading this that that's why they wanted me to reiterate, that's not a word, I don't know. That's why they wanted me to repeat, to restate that it's all within us. Right? This shamanic healer is within you. Now, if you feel that you want to go see an external shamanic healer, that can help you. But you are a shamanic healer. It's within you. All of this is within you. So you are your own healer. You can do this yourself, right? You might sometimes want to relax and have someone else do it for you. And I'm going to be careful saying that. They're not doing it for you. They're facilitating you doing it for yourself. And that word facilitate is important. Facilitate means they make it easier, right? So sometimes you might want that support or that help, or you want someone else to hold the space for you while you heal yourself, right? That's what Reiki is. That's what so many things are. But remember that it's you. It's all within you. You're doing it, okay? Oh, that's why it's time to reflect. Okay. So the external healers, the external guides, the external card readers, whoever you're looking to facilitate your own healing and teaching of yourself, is the reflection of you. That's why it's time to reflect, okay? So that's what they want you to realize. That's what they want you to know, that everything is a reflection of you, okay? So it's time to reflect. They keep saying it's time to reflect. But they want me to finish the sentence. It's time to reflect who you truly are. Okay? It's time to reflect who you truly are so that you can draw who you truly are to you. So you can bring, they talk about your soul tribe, right? You can bring the people that are going to facilitate your healing and your teaching and everything to you. Oh, and this is interesting. Now they're relating it back to this reading before where it said, you deserve freedom from the mistakes of others. These people that made mistakes, that were in your life and made mistakes that potentially could have hurt you in some way emotionally, they were part of it. They were reflecting something to you, right? They were reflecting parts of you that you hadn't accepted, parts of you that you hadn't allowed, parts of you that you don't like. They were reflecting something, to you. But that's done, and you deserve freedom from that, okay? That was the last reading. Now it's time to reflect. It's time to reflect who you truly are in this world back to you, okay? So you're going to draw in what it's going to take you to that next level. Because, and I say the next level because this box, when I opened it up, it said, your life is vibrating with unlimited potential. Manifest miracles with spirit every day, okay? So that's the next level, okay? Manifesting miracles with spirit every day. And that's by allowing your true self. I don't even want to say true self because that sounds like, there's a false self. And it's not, it all is. So your, I'm going to say, it's interesting, the word that came is your preferred self, your chosen self, into the world, right? So that you can have that reflected back to you. I don't know if this is making as much sense as I'm trying to make it make, but hopefully you're understanding what it's saying. All right, we're getting another one of these cards, apparently. Okay, so they want me to say it this way. It's time to reflect the healer you are into the world and back to you. Okay? So, whatever that means to you. And whenever you take on the role as healer and you're facilitating for someone else's healing, you're receiving some sort of healing or some sort of teaching at the same time, right? It's a two-way street, always. So it is reflected back to you, right? Okay, balance. There we go. Centered energy and self-care. They want me to get one more before I look at that card. Okay. So this is what they're saying you're going to be reflecting, or you have the potential to reflect into the, you have the potential to project into the world and have it reflected back to you and create a soul tribe, a beautiful soul tribe. Not that this one wasn't beautiful. It was beautiful in its own way, okay? It reminds me of like the rugged tundra is beautiful. It's harsh, it's challenging, and it's scary sometimes, and tiring and exhausting at times, and, you know, could even be the end of you at times, right? But it's beautiful still, right? Okay, prophets and ancient seers. Oh, beautiful. Decisions and predictive guidance. Wow. Okay. Read this one first, okay? Where's the book? Here it is. Okay, 24. So it says, I'm going to let you look at the cards while I read it. This card indicates a time of leveling out. Interesting. Leveling out, not leveling up, leveling out. Let's see what that means. While you might have felt off center or even out of control, a balance is being struck in your daily life. This card is telling you that your time, energy, and emotions are settling down, and you'll be gaining a greater sense of personal control. Even your physical habits, such as eating unhealthfully or not getting enough water or movement, are becoming more moderate and honoring for you too. This important time raises your consciousness about your needs and priorities, reminding you of the self-care you deserve. So be mindful of how you spend your time and whom you spend it with. Honor yourself and make your own health and peace a priority. When you do, balance will become a way of life for the rest of your life. The affirmation is, I balance my time and my priorities. It's safe and soul honoring for me to care for myself. Yes, okay. So healing yourself, caring for yourself. Now let's see what this is. Seeing for yourself, because it's the ancient seers. Okay. Although the prophets of ancient societies are also ascended masters and bring equally profound guidance, they carry with them a slightly different energy. Their messages are often predictive, revealing future potentials and offering advice on how to achieve the outcomes desired. The ancient seers are a powerful group that spans the length of history. They include biblical prophets like Isaiah and Daniel, I said it French, the Greek Pythia, the Oracle of Delphi, I don't know which, and other lesser-known soothsayers of Western Europe, from the Druid high priests and priestesses to the English prophetess Mother Shipton and the French astrologer Nostradamus. These brilliant prophets were all able to see future events and answer questions that were put to them. They are here to do the same for you. Invoke their presence in meditation or when falling asleep. This card upright reveals that they are near, ready to guide you in the right direction and bring your desired outcome to you. The affirmation is, I open my heart to the wisdom and foresight of the ancients. I trust in my future and in myself. All right. They want me to, they're doing something that doesn't ever happen. They're asking me to change these two cards, to put it like this. So, because they're saying this is the order. So, this is the healing, cleansing, and attunement. You know, you can do this yourself. You can have someone else facilitate it for you. But this is, you know, and something that you can do for yourself. Whether it's you doing it for yourself or someone else facilitating while you do it for yourself. And this is bringing the balance, okay? And you're probably already doing this and have been doing this, okay? That's what I'm hearing. And this is bringing this balance, okay? And then this is the next level. And you may already be doing this, but this is the order. They're saying this is the order. This is the order. Okay. This self-care is really important. Okay, so not just doing this work, but doing this work too. Okay, they're reminding me. I attended a workshop, and it was a workshop for beginners. So, you know, I was like guided to attend it. So I did. It was like opening your intuition. And so I attended it, and a lot of the information there was very, you know, beginner information, which is important. But one of the pieces in there's two pieces that I got that they want me to share with you. So one of the pieces was to start working with the 12 chakras, not just the 7 chakras. If you've been working with the 7 chakras, it's time to start working with the 12 chakras. So the 8th chakra is the soul star chakra. And this one, you know, this is a validating point for me because I didn't read about a soul star chakra. I didn't know anything about it. I'd never been taught about it. My mentor who did energy work, she never talked about it. But whenever I did Reiki or energy work on someone, I was always guided to step back a little bit from their head, you know, like because you're doing the crown chakra right at their head. And I was always guided to step back. And there was another chakra that I could feel that I was guided to work on. And one day I asked myself, my guides, but myself, what is this chakra? Or like, what is this? And they said, this is the soul chakra. And I was like, is that a thing? So after the session, I Googled, and yeah, that is a thing. And it's the soul star chakra. And that what was mentioned in the workshop that I was doing is that 8th chakra is very important for connecting to these guys, okay? And connecting to the other realms and connecting to the Akashic records and the ancients, okay? So so that's one piece they want me to give you here is if you've been focused on the 7 chakras, start focusing on the 12 chakras. So there's an 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th that are really important for you know, expanding your consciousness and etc. You may already be doing that, but they want me to share this because this is going to be new information for someone, okay? And now I almost forgot the other point that from that workshop. The other point was, so remember I said, you're probably doing a lot of this. That's great, and we all need to do all of this. And but this is so important, and that's one of the things. So this workshop was put on by a psychic intuitive medium that I really love. She's great. She's really great. Like, she'll say things and describe things that there's no way she could have known, you know, without someone in the spirit world channeling that to her. And she's really, really great, you know. So, but she was saying, you know, people get so focused on this, and they forget to be a human being, and they forget that they are a human being. And she said, you cannot let this control your life, right? She's seen so many people in the spirit world, in the physical world, but practicing spiritual practices that get, like, this takes over their entire life, and they're no longer a human being. You know, they're not living life to the fullest. They're not taking care of themselves, and they're not living life to the fullest as a human being. They're so focused on this, or this, right? So that's why this is in the middle, and it's called the balance card. You really need to take care of your body, yourself, you know? And I think it said something about gaining personal control, right? And that's what she was saying. Like, you can't let all this stuff take over, right? You've got to remember, you're a human being. You're here to be a human being. And there's a lot of joy to be had being a human being, okay? So, yeah. All right, guys, where do you want me to go from here? The numbers. Okay, so 172 and then 218. That's another reason why we had to change the cards. Okay. 172. Your angels and your own energy. See, it's very important that you recognize your own energy. Your angels and your own energy are helping you to know who is trustworthy in your world and to connect with them. That's what I'm saying. You're bringing this soul tribe in, right? So your angels and your own energy are helping you to know who is trustworthy in your world and to connect with them. All right, beautiful. And then 418. What is that? 418. Your angels are guiding you to see that your pathway has been a powerful teacher and previous lessons have messages for you now. Interesting, that's why this is here. So previous lessons have messages for you now. So your pathway has been a powerful teacher and previous lessons have messages for you now. And now that brings me back to the title of this. It's time to reflect. So now that you're free from this, now that you've forgiven it and you're free from it and it's not such a heavy thing and you're not in it, you can reflect on it and learn the lessons, some lessons that are left or messages that are left for you, right? You've learned a lot, and I'm sure you've learned a lot of lessons, but it was messages, I think it was. There's messages for you. I want to read that again. Yes, previous lessons. So you learned the lessons, but the previous lessons have messages for you now. Okay, so reflect on those on the lessons you've learned and receive the messages. Okay. All right. Is there something else you want me to see or know in this reading? Now that we got the piece about reflecting, it's time to reflect on your path and the lessons you've learned and receive the messages they have for you. And this is going to help with the healing, the bringing everything into balance, and the connecting with the ancients. Okay? There's one more card to get. From what deck? Okay. Interesting. They want me to use this deck. I haven't used this deck in a long time. The Gypsy Oracle cards. I love this deck because it reminds me of my grandmother. For some reason, I associate it with my grandmother. But maybe, I don't know why. But, well, I do know why, but we're not going to get into this. Okay, what card wanted to show up? The Merchant. Okay. What does the Merchant have to say to us? There's a book that comes with this card, but I don't think it tells me anything. So, it doesn't tell me anything about the actual cards. So, what does the Merchant say to us? It's something about commerce, right? It's something about your business, your work. Oh, okay. Okay. So, it's about value. There's something valuable for you to share with the world. Now, whether it's something you put a price tag on and actually sell, is up to you. You don't need to. But there is something of value that you have to share with the world, okay? And with this group of people that you're attracting to yourself. All right, that's the first thing they want me to say. Is there another card? I think you said one card, but I feel like there's another card because that one just kind of came out. I mean, they always do that, but it kind of just flipped within the deck. So I'm not sure if that's the card you wanted me to get. So, and there we go. That's the card you wanted to come out. Yeah. Scholar. Okay. Okay. There's something for you to teach. Something for you to teach. You've been learning, right? And, but there's some knowledge that you have to share with the world. Okay. That's what they want to say. There's some knowledge that you have to share with the world. Or with, when I say the world, your world, right? So it doesn't have to be the world. You don't have to go shouting from the rooftops, trying to get the whole world's attention, no, your world, right? There's some knowledge you have to share with your world. So the world that you are creating and attracting to you right now. I hear there's a group of people. So they want you to know that, okay? So it's time to reflect on the lessons that you've learned, and then there's messages for you in those lessons. There's messages, and maybe that's what they want you to share. Okay, anything else? Any other messages you want me to share today? Okay, one of these cards. These are very beautiful cards. They're some of the most beautiful tarot cards I've seen. So let's see. What is it that you want to share with us today? That we want to share with us today? Whoa, okay. I love when they jump out like that. Oh, the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So there's a turning point here. Fives are a turning point. Okay? Fives are change. They're resilience. They're a turning point. So in the physical world, this is a turning point. This is a turning point in your physical world. Okay? So could be financial, could be your physical body. And it could be who you surround yourself with. But there is a turning point. You have been through some, challenges. And because fives are challenges too, right? So, but it's a turning point. So that is important to know. This is a turning point in your physical world. That's how they want me to interpret that card right now. It's a turning point. The challenges are behind you, okay? Now there's one more card that wants to come out again with this deck. There it is. The Hanged Man. But he would be upside down if this card was in the upright position. Okay? So this is a turning point, and it has to do with your perception. And it's about when the card is reversed, for me, that tells me you have the right frame of mind now. You have turned your perception. And that's interesting because it says this reading is it's time to reflect. And that's what you do when you're in the Hanged Man. You're hung upside down and you reflect on everything, and then you change your perspective and you do a 180. And that's what this card it came out like this. So you have done that 180. You've definitely it's a turning point. You've either done it or you're in the middle of doing that 180, and you're changing your perception in a great way. Okay, you're aligning with your preferred self, your chosen self, the person you came here to be. You're aligning with the person you came here to be. Okay, and your perception is aligning with that. Your perception is aligning with that. Is this a card you want? The one that's doing this? Yeah. Okay. Temperance. Beautiful. I thought there were two cards. So Temperance. Yeah. So this is bringing everything into balance. right? So much like this card, this is bring everything into balance. And then the other part of the Temperance card is that you're now going to allow the spirit world to pour wisdom, to pour healing, to pour energy, to pour whatever it is, light, love, from their cup into your cup. Okay? So that's why it's landing here. So that's beautiful. That is so beautiful, actually. So beautiful. Okay, they're looking now. They want me to look at these numbers. So this is 512 and 514. That's what they're drawing my attention to. The 512 and the 514. 512. Take time to make peace in relationships where you have experienced challenges. Show that you are willing to move forward in a loving way. Oh, beautiful. And 514. Your angels are encouraging you to continue applying yourself to the highest and the best. Your life is an example to others of what is possible for them. Amazing. Oh, that's what you have to share, right? Your life is an example of what's possible for them. And especially if you've faced challenges and you've come through them and you're on the other side of them. People who are still in those challenging times, that's going to be a great light shining for them. Understanding and seeing that. Okay, is there anything else? They're showing me the 524. 524. Angels are supporting you and your loved ones as you move into a more harmonious and serene state. There you go. That's where they want me to end it. I hope you have a beautiful day.